Yep.
You chose a film.
I did. And I think this is probably a time for me to apologise to everyone for choosing that film. I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to, and I wonder if I put you all through a bit of a dull hour and a half. What did you all think?
I thought it was rubbish. It was really poor.
Yeah, it's pretty rubbish, isn't it?
I mean, I think it was negatively biased because I remember it. I remember not liking the Muppets. Since I already knew that I did not like the Muppets, but I was like, oh, maybe I've changed. Maybe, just like onions, I now like them.
The onions like the Muppets now.
So I was willing to go and watch the film with fresh eyes and see what I like. But I still did not like it. I was like, well, maybe this is just your old prejudices. Maybe there is something to be liked about this film. But I still did not enjoy it very much.
You're going to put me in the awful position of having to defend this. I hate the Muppets.
Oh.
I hate them. I find them so boring to watch.
Oh.
Really, honestly, I've never watched a Muppets film and enjoyed it. I'm just waiting for it to end the entire time. Even if it's really well written.
Right.
Some of the other ones have had good jokes. I've enjoyed the sort of script, but I'm just like, well, that's enough of that. And I was kind of like that with this one. I was getting a little bored, and I don't really like the Muppets. But I thought it was quite good.
Oh,
I quite enjoyed it.
Quite good.
It was all right.
Your best Muppet experience.
Yeah, pretty
Excellent.
much.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
It's all right.
It went quite wrong for me. So I guess my position is I love the Muppets, and I've always loved the Muppets, particularly like The Muppet Show, which was a TV show that was on. It was 25 minutes an episode, and it ran for about 5 years in the late 70s, early 80s, shortly before this film came out. And it just had a kind of a certain humour and like a certain knowing... just a certain humour that just tickles me so much. I think they just absolutely nailed it on that show. And some of the films I've watched have not captured that, particularly some of the later ones. And so I thought, well, I'll pick the Muppet film that is supposed to be the best out of the early-ish ones. And that was supposed to be The Muppets Take Manhattan.
Is it also the first one?
No, I think there were even two before it. But I think this was one of the more famous ones, and I think maybe this is the best Muppet film, and it just sucked. And I was really disappointed that it didn't have that charm and that little nod and a wink that made the Muppet Show so funny. And that was a real shame, and I'm really sorry.
Shall I tell you what I liked about it?
Yeah, I'd love to hear this.
Okay, so the secret plot. Where actually we thought it was about something the whole way through, and then at the end it turned out to be about something completely different. And that really took me by surprise. And all the way through the film, I was surprised by the direction that it kept taking.
Okay.
Let's begin. So first of all, the film wasn't about them putting a show on Broadway. It was about Miss Piggy trapping Kermit into a relationship. That's what I think. We're following her the whole way through, and then at the end... We don't even give a shit about what the audience thought of the show, how the show was received.
Yeah.
We don't see anything of the audience or hear anything about afterwards, or the producer, he's gone, we don't care about him anymore. It ends on the wedding.
Yeah.
And I think I've been led to believe that the relationship between Kermit and Miss Piggy is something of a staple, where she's consistently chasing him and he is a commitment phobe.
I think there's something in that, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I thought the film was about, and I was delighted by that.
Delighted by the fact that it all turned out not really to be anything to do with how successful the show is.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But just the whole way through, I was just like, oh, I'm surprised by this turn. Like when he got... I don't know, when the first producer who was interested in them was immediately arrested.
Yeah, I thought that was quite good.
Oh, that's a surprise. What else? Kermit being hit by the car. I was like, Jesus,
yeah, where did that come
that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There's the whole way through, I was just like, what's happening? Oh, the plot's just taken a completely different turn than I expected now. Yeah.
What did you think about Kermit hesitating whether he wanted to marry? As in hesitating at the moment he was asked whether he would take Miss Piggy as his wife.
I think he quite clearly did not want to marry Miss Piggy.
Yeah, he was hurled into it, wasn't he?
Do you think that he was interested in the other woman?
No.
I would hope not, because I think Jenny is very young looking. And also a human being.
Oh, you're alright with pigs and
do you reckon
frogs?
she
Pigs and
was?
frogs, you know. I don't know, I thought she was about 17, 18. How old did you think she was?
Yeah, I'd say something like that. That was old enough to get married, though, right?
Yeah, but it's a bit weird.
Yeah, a little young.
Kermit also looks somehow young. And
He's
Miss Piggy...
Old enough
He'd
to have
only
a
just
boyfriend.
finished college.
Yeah, but... Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah. I suppose he did only just finish college. Still.
So he'd have been her age in frog years.
Would he? Would he not be about 22?
finishing college in the US. Yeah,
And she was
21,
just talking about going to college.
Yeah. Also, yeah,
I suppose it's not huge.
not inappropriate except for the species divide.
I always think of Kermit as being like 40.
Yeah, he's not a young adult, is he?
Yeah, I think of him being in his 30s anyway.
Does Kermit appear in more than one show? Does Kermit appear also in Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Yes. Various of the Muppets have appeared in Sesame Street.
But he's also
in
like a
particular-
protagonist in Sesame Street, I think.
I can't remember, it's been a long time
He's
since
a
I saw it.
reporter. His character is like some kind of reporter, like journalist or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a little hat.
Hmm.
It's like, do you know, like roving reporter or man in the field.
So he has like a segment on the show where he's...
Yeah, just like, yeah, I don't think he's like Big Bird, or I don't think he's part of like Sesame Street. Like, I don't think he's a resident of the street.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, definitely he appears on it regularly, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Or he used to when I watched it. I love Kermit. He's brilliant.
It's always just creeped me out.
Really?
Yeah, it was clearly just a hand.
Oh. It is noticeable how basic he is compared to all the other Muppets. I think it's because he's the oldest one. Like they first developed Kermit in like the 1950s, I think, before even Sesame Street started. And he's got this absolutely basic style. But it just amazes me how expressive he can be
Yeah, that's true.
with like almost no face details and everything. Yeah, he's just great. And Jim Henson did such a good job puppeting him. Yeah, I thought he was just a brilliant character in all the things I've seen him in. Kind of including this, he definitely carried this. I don't know. So you never liked the Muppets, Fernando?
No.
No, that's a shame.
I agree.
But now that you've mentioned him being expressive, I got that feeling as well when he was talking to the owner of the restaurant, and he was giving him some advice that I believe Kermit could not understand, and his face went down, and as if he was just sad about hearing whatever he had heard.
Yeah. And when he's confused, his face goes all twisted and crumpled, and when he's, and there's something in the way he bounces that you can see how happy he is or how sad, or,
Yeah, it's quite fun.
Sorry about picking this one. There was a lot of kind of filler in there. There weren't enough like laughs, or there wasn't the right tone somehow for it to be entertaining for the whole thing.
It's not your fault. You
No,
need to
you're right.
apologise.
Had you not seen this before?
I'd never seen this one before.
Has anyone seen it before? No.
I think I had seen it before, but a really long time ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We pick films to watch. We watch the films.
Yeah, fair
We
enough.
talk about the films.
Exactly. Plus, I think it would be easier for me to rewatch The Muppets Take Manhattan than Song to Song. I've been meaning to rewatch it, but
Love Song to Song.
I know, I do want to watch it again, just because I want to see if I enjoy it this time. But every time that I remember...
the song to Song could really have done with some Muppets in it. That would have been so much better.
I thought it had a few good jokes.
It did have
It
a couple of laughs.
Any particular ones you remember?
Again, that agent at the start really tickled me. The one who got arrested. It was like, songs and dances, shootings. And they're like, no shootings. Okay.
Yeah, it took me a little while before I kind of cottoned on that he was a con man, and it only occurred to me like 5 seconds before he asked them for the money. But like, hang on, this doesn't seem right. I thought, this was way too easy, but you didn't quite know what twists and turns the film was going to make, right?
Oh, I never thought he was a con man until he got
No,
arrested.
same. I thought he was just a character.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And my other favourite joke is when Kermit's in the hospital and the nurse thinks that she's figured out his identity.
I really don't feel it down.
And he's like, you are Enrico Tortellini. Don't know why that tickled me so much. Yeah.
That was a good line.
Yeah. So confident.
I quite liked... so he'd occasionally get these letters from the other cast members and find out what they were doing. I think those segments are quite good. I guess because they were kind of a little bit more back to basics. This is sort of what the Muppets is about, like really short segments with like one joke, something crazy going on, and then we're back. And not having to dwell on that and make it into a big long storyline. So, the idea that they've all gone and got jobs, except for Fozzie, who's just decided to hibernate because he's a bear. It's like, that kind of makes sense. I like it. And him trying to fit in with the other bears and completely failing. That was quite fun.
Is it a standing joke that Fozzie has a teddy bear? Because that did make me smile.
No, I didn't notice that. That's weird, isn't it? Like if we had little cuddly people that we took to them.
Oh, we do in Mexico.
Really?
Well, I mean, girls have dolls that look like just...
That's a thing.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Funny thought. So I liked those bits, and I liked, a few of the jokes, but it just, it dragged out for me.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of content. It was just
Yeah. In defence of the Muppets, and I feel that I should defend them because I think I'm the only one here who likes the Muppets. Yeah. Yet. The Muppets... I guess all I could suggest would be like watching that. There's one cut together version of the Muppet Show that's called The Very Best of the Muppet Show, and it's like 40 minutes long, and it's just all the best little skits and stuff kind of all pulled in together as if it was one episode. And I was watching some of it a couple of nights ago thinking, do I just hate the Muppets now, or was it just this movie? And I can confirm that it was just that movie, and I was like practically in fits of laughter watching some of the Muppet Show again. They just perfect. Some of it in the way it was so... I can't even say what it is. It's just funny and I love it. And the other side of it is a much newer film, which is A Muppet Christmas Carol. Have any of you seen that?
I think I've seen it.
Yeah. Have you two seen that?
I've definitely heard of it, yes.
Yeah. So it is simply the story of A Christmas Carol, actually done, at its core, done quite straight, like done quite seriously, but then with a load of Muppets in. And about half of the characters are played by Muppets, and there's the narrator is a Muppet, and it just somehow combines this serious story and these like mad antics just perfectly. You'll laugh, you'll cry, it'll change your life. And it was
Who's the
much
main
better.
human actor in that? Is that
It's
Michael
Michael
Caine?
Caine, yeah.
It is Michael Caine. that's the
Who
one.
plays Scrooge and does an excellent job of playing Scrooge, like a better performance than a lot of serious adaptations I've seen. But then,
Oh.
yeah, like Bob Cratchit or whoever is played by Kermit, and his wife is Miss Piggy, and Gonzo the Great plays Charles Dickens as the narrator. Yeah, it's good fun. So those are the two, like, these are the reasons that I chose this film, and yeah, didn't turn out so good.
I watched it with my sister, who loves the Muppets so much, so I was probably cajoled a bit into liking it.
Yeah. Did she enjoy it?
She did, she liked it very
good.
much. Yeah. Oh, we've all been to Florida, haven't we?
We have all been.
That Muppets, it's all gone now.
It's probably
It was-
alright.
It was terrible, wasn't it? Do you remember that? Muppets 3D video?
Yeah, that was pretty poor. I remember a couple of good jokes. Again, a part of what made the Muppet Show so good was Kermit being the kind of frazzled, exhausted theatre manager who's trying to keep everything together while all the other characters are just behaving unpredictably and ruining everything. And that they got that into the Muppets 3D quite well. Something like it opened with him saying, now, just because this is a 3D show, that doesn't mean we're going to fill it with stupid 3D gimmicks. And then a bee flies out and flies right in your face and goes over there. And the rest of the whole thing is silly 3D gimmicks. And, it's kind of fun. It was knowing that was something about the Muppets. But no, it sucked. Yeah, I think I'm not too sad about that part of
Oh,
Disney
and the
World
Country
being gone.
Bears Jamboree is closing.
Oh, thank God. Well, that was also not the best bit of Disney World. There was some real shit in Disney World.
How dare you?
It might have been like the best fortnight of my life, but there was also a lot of crap that we went to see.
Name one thing.
Well, that was two. I think the worst one was It's Tough to Be a Bug. This Bug's Life thing in the middle of Disney's Animal
The big
Kingdom.
thing that prods your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing that pokes you, just like, again, like wasps flying at your face, and it was just, there was no redeeming feature. It was just, it was boring, it was uncomfortable, it was weird and unpredictable, and I hated it.
And you're ranking that below the Tiki Room.
I'd go
You
to
shut
the
your mouth about the Tiki Room.
the Enchanted Tiki Room. That was great. Do you remember this thing with all the parrots that come down at Disney World?
It's probably for the best that you don't remember.
I also
my
do not
God, we
remember
must
the
go.
Muppets.
Oh, I think that's relatively new. And
Okay.
now gone. So.
I think it was there like 25 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
thought
think it opened in 1991 or something.
Oh.
Uh,
I think
Right,
I
so
remember
it was-
going when I was little.
Oh, right. I don't remember it at all.
And that was like in the 40s, so.
it was pretty unmemorable, to be fair.
Well, the new expansion of Star Wars is opening soon.
I think that's where the Muppets is now.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I might be wrong. My
Also, they
sister's
just
the first to
moved
ask
the
about this.
Muppets bit.
No,
No,
they
no.
got rid of it entirely.
Oh,
The
sorry,
Star Wars is in-
Star Wars has replaced the Muppets.
I think so.
Okay.
So. And the Country Bears Jamboree is being replaced by a Toy Story marionette show.
That sounds quite
Perfect.
good. I'd watch
Much better. So they got rid of one set of puppets.
Does anyone have anything else to say about
Sorry. Well,
that?
we have to every time. Well, Claire, you normally dredge up something pretty good in this section.
That was a real mix of compliment and insult, wasn't it? I've not really thought about anything. Symbolism. What was it called?
The Muppets Take Manhattan.
Take Manhattan.
God, it's a good film when you've forgotten what it was even called.
Maybe we can bring Jesus into the symbolism once again.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Kermit was definitely like Jesus.
Oh,
Okay.
I was going to say
Okay, we
the
might get
restaurant
someone with
owner
this.
was definitely like Jesus because he worked in mysterious ways and he always gives you mysterious advice that I'm sure means something.
So if he's Jesus, then who's Kermit?
Kermit's...
Judas.
I guess.
Kermit's not Judas.
Wait,
The
maybe-
rat's Judas.
No. The restaurant owner is
The Sam.
God the Father and Kermit is God the Son.
So who's the Holy Spirit?
Jenny?
Or the producer?
Oh, Jenny has to be Mary. Jesus.
Jesus.
Is Jenny like his mother?
Okay,
No,
well, maybe
Mary-
she's Mary Magdalene.
Oh,
No, Miss
Mary
Piggy's
Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene. Come on.
Oh, God. I don't know.
Who's King Herod?
The original criminal producer that got arrested at the
Yeah, that's King Herod.
Yeah.
There is something in Kermit being Jesus. Like,
There isn't.
as he saves everyone else, as he like gets the show back together and sorts everything
Yeah.
out.
He makes food appear from nothing.
In that same moment, though, is when he gets hit by the car.
He
and
dies.
and disappears for 3 days or whatever it was, a fortnight. And then only returned later after people had all abandoned hope. That's the best I can
This is
do.
true. This is true, and I'm convinced.
Excellent.
Oh, but all the others sacrifice themselves for Kermit, don't they? They all say, oh, well, we can't all live in New York and we're never going to make it, but Kermit can make it, so we should all leave him to make it on his own. So actually, they are all Jesus, because they sacrifice themselves.
We're all real
Everyone was Jesus.
Yeah. Except Kermit.
Yeah.
Who's humanity?
We're all humanity.
The show.
The show is humanity.
Yeah.
It was worth a try, wasn't it?
Can we talk about the dog looking after dogs?
Yeah,
There must be some symbolism in
When
there.
was that again?
Ralph the dog was like the manager of a kennel
Oh, yes.
and had
yes,
loads
yes.
and loads of dogs there. Yeah.
There must be some symbolism there about
Yeah, that's true.
like guarding your own kind or something, like thinking you're better
Or
than your
imprisoning your
peers.
own.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, guarding, not in
System that engineers the oppression of the proletariat, by the proletariat.
Yeah.
Wow. Glad we got proletariat in this.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
This was a sort of common theme, which was
Yeah.
the Muppets from the show going away and trying to fit in with their own kind, but being hopelessly different from them. Like Fozzie couldn't hibernate with the other bears because he like wears a hat and
Has a teddy.
has a teddy and is in a stage show like he's too human. And the same with Ralph. He like he's the master that locks all the other dogs away, but he just wants to be a dog as well. That's
Maybe they are all
That's
Jesus
kinda
because
fun.
they all come back with followers, don't they?
Yep. This wasn't a very good film.
It's interesting though that they do all go and they don't quite fit in, but they do all bring back like their own kind to take part in the final show.
Yeah.
Yep.
And someone brings Big Bird for some reason.
Right, so here's a question. Here's a point for debate, perhaps. Was Kermit... Did Kermit behave inappropriately for someone who is engaged in terms of his relationship with Jenny?
Was he
Yes.
engaged?
I think
They were going to get married once they'd made it big.
they at least had plans to get married.
That doesn't mean they're engaged. They've just discussed getting married at some point.
Yeah, it seems
they're in
like...
a relationship.
Yeah, okay.
They've
Certainly
made
in a
an
relationship.
agreement to get married.
I suppose.
That's pretty much getting engaged, isn't it?
If you didn't put a ring on it.
I do believe that he behaved inappropriately.
Really?
He was kissing the other woman, and
Did he kiss her?
Didn't kiss the other woman?
yes.
She kissed him, didn't she?
Well, he kissed her as well in the restaurant,
Really?
and in front of Miss Piggy, and Miss Piggy was angry about it and did not let Kermit kiss him afterwards.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you think he went too far?
No, I think he was probably fine.
Okay.
I just don't think he was interested in Miss Piggy, so that's his fault. He should have told her.
I think he loved Miss Piggy, really. In a sort
Such
of...
a romantic, Michael.
Oh, I think so. Again, maybe also, if you've watched The Muppet Show and this is a continual thing, there's a sort of 7-year itch where they kind of love each other, but they drive each other mad. Yeah. But yeah, maybe he should have steered a bit clear of Jenny.
I really feel like they just had a normal friendship.
Mm-hmm. I thought so too.
I don't remember this scene where he kisses her.
I don't think it's a... Does he not just hug her goodbye?
No,
Maybe
I
there's a kiss on
think
the
he.
cheek.
I mean, it is a kiss on the cheek.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
That's a bit much.
That does change.
But again, this was a theme in the Muppet Show. He would often kind of fall a bit in love with the special guest star, which would often be a woman he'd sort of shyly
So this is
ask.
a pattern.
Yeah.
I see. Maybe he was
And Miss
infatuated
Piggy
with
would
Jenny
get
then.
angry with him, and yeah, it's the same old thing.
I really feel Miss Piggy crossed the line by stalking him.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the behaviour of a woman obsessed. A pig obsessed. Yeah. And he was so pressured into marrying her at the end. That was a dick move. Secretly make it a legally binding marriage. Yeah.
I was talking to someone about this recently, about practicing marriage vows. Like if you... Because they were saying they've practiced their marriage vows in front of the officiant. I was like, so at what point is this just like, well, we're married now?
Yeah,
like, I've said all the words I have to say. And you're the one that has to witness it, so...
Do you have to sign the register to make it legal?
Don't know. Suppose
I
so.
imagine so.
That sounds right. So if you practice that, you're really screwed.
Yeah.
Do you need me to close the curtains now?
No, this is fine.
Oh, you need to put your clothes back on.
Any other thoughts?
I'm trying really hard to think of symbolism.
Last meeting was... I've edited it now and it's like an hour and a half epic.
Is it?
So if this one's a little shorter, that's not too bad.
No,
Did you keep in all that discussion we had about...
I cut nothing.
I would have edited it.
It is essentially uneditable. I got it down to the start, and then from there, just it flowed fairly nicely, and it would be irresponsible to cut any of the interesting discussion out. I would become the very thing I dislike. So that's all in there. But yeah, this time we can therefore...
You could totally have cut it so that it sounded like you were making all the intelligent argument. I've
rearranged all Laura's words so it sounds like she's drunk. Insert loads of pauses. No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of power in editing, isn't there?
Yeah. And I hope it was power that I'm
Wielding
responsible to wield, yeah. Well said. But yeah, I really don't have anything else to say about this film.
I just can't come up with anything.
Is it like the Iliad in any way? No, yeah, we've done the Jesus thing. It's
Iliad.
probably not like the Iliad.
No, I don't think it's like the Iliad.
I don't really know what the Iliad's about. I should admit that.
Hercules and Achilles.
No.
Achilles and Hector, right?
Hector, of course. Nobody remembers.
Is it about Achilles?
Yeah.
Oh, I probably don't know what it's about.
Yeah.
I feel like I know a lot about Achilles.
Is Kermit Agamemnon?
Oh, Kermit pretty much is Agamemnon.
Yeah.
And all he's trying to do is start a show, which is to say, raise Troy to the ground.
Yeah.
And
We're trying to take Troy.
Eventually he manages to get into the theatre and put the show on. / get inside Troy and burn it down. Yeah. Oh, the Muppets take Troy.
Agamemnon takes Troy.
Agamemnon takes Troy. I think it's contrived.
Manhattan Melodies, Troy Tragedies.
Oh yeah.
There's, I reckon,
some alliteration going on there.
Yeah.
I'm going to play the music.
Yeah, I think that's for the best. Muppets take Manhattan's stupid ideas.
If it's my turn, I did a Twitter poll.
Oh, brilliant.
But I might
do you have the results?
I do have the results.
Well, you have absolute power, of course.
You have absolute power. It's like an E.T.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
This is not working.
This is great.
Arriba!
So Michael Dopey.
We have this one here, which is an L for Laura.
Yay!
Okay.
Well done, Laura.
Well, so I did the Twitter poll, and it was a split. There was 4 options. Unfortunately, 2 received the same amount of votes, so I might flip a coin.
Was it 0?
No, I'm happy to report that we got 7 votes!
7 votes?
How many
Can you imagine if we got 7 listeners? You've got to pick one of them and, yeah.
Oh, should probably decide what. Heads is going to be Hotel Rwanda, Tails, Twilight.
Wait, can I quickly bring another coin?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go and get another coin so that you can do the tossing.
Cool.
Oh my god.
That's a really dark head and a really light tail, right? I'm all for this. Oh, yeah, you've left a lot up to the coin there.
Yeah.
Who voted on Twitter? Anyone we know?
I can't see who votes. It's an anonymous. It's anonymous.
Brilliant.
What? Oh.
Even got someone commenting, being like, "I think enough's been said about Gone with the Wind." Fine.
Frankly, dear, I don't give a damn.
God damn it! Why aren't you running this Twitter account? Hell's bells.
You can have that one for free.
Thanks. Maybe I'll get back to him now.
Do these people listen to the podcast
I don't
then?
think so. Maybe though.
Oh my goodness, that's
If they care so much. If you are listening to the podcast, please tell us. just give me anything.
Would you expect them to tell you?
We've got a Twitter account. The Twitter account.
Email
I should probably
me,
say this on the
something.
podcast, shouldn't I? Let me just get it
Do
up
they
here.
know your email address?
We've got a special email address also. I can't remember what it is. It's @secretfilmpod. That's our Twitter.
Yep.
And I think the email address is something like secretfilmpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
Or the secret film. One of those. Send out a few. See what comes back.
I actually just got a domain name recently. We're at secretfilm.club.
Ooh.
That'll redirect to our website.
Cool. What did we say was heads? Hotel Rwanda.
Hotel Rwanda. And Tails is the first Twilight film.
Heads! It's Hotel Rwanda!
Yay!